All right, and we're back. Another week has gone in the blink of an eye, unfortunately. And we're back with more casual Gaming News Friday. We're going to be talking about a lot of downers today. And that's just how the week went. But we're going to start on an upper. And that upper is the Yakuza news, quote unquote news that came out. Let's open the link, which is here. This is Chris Scullion, VGC, talking about the Like a Dragon developers say the series will continue to focus on middle-aged guy things, which is so fun. The game's chilling out with older guys in a bar feels is its unique appeal. And I know a specific someone / moderator in chat who is all about this. An interview with Automaton. That's funny. So this is the original article. This is Amber V. Automaton. Let me post the original article as well. With series director Ryosuke, that's what it is, Hori, and lead planner Hirotaka Chiba explained that despite the series continuing to grow and appealing to a wider range of players, they feel the middle-aged nature of the protagonists is what gives the series its unique flavor. They have a different air about them than a group of young heroes would, complaining about back pain and the like, but this humanity you feel from their age is what gives the game its originality. Going on an exhausting drinking party with young people. For example, there's a conversation where Adachi is conflicted about whether he should drink beer or not because he's worried about his uric acid level. We're making the hearty talks of middle-aged dudes our identity rather than youthfulness. Asked whether the series' growing popularity, including a surge of interest from women players, would encourage the team to widen these conversation topics, it appears that this won't be the case. We have had a large increase in new fans, including women, which we're truly happy and grateful for. However, we don't plan to do anything like deliberating changing conversation topics in order to cater to new fans. That would make us unable to keep talking about things like uric acid levels. Yeah, they're just old. Exactly. Let old men yaoi continue. I love that. I love that they have zero plans on changing the vibe, at least purposefully, because who knows? There might be a story in there where they think they're keeping the vibe and it just doesn't feel the same. But like from what I haven't played any of these games. Like I said, I have watched a bunch of them. I hear from people that play them that they're all very close in vibe. Maybe one day we'll get into it. But again, that day we'll have to wait because we have more news to get through, gamers. There's a lot of stuff with follow-up stories, so we'll probably save those for later on. So let's go with continuing with stuff. Let's go with Dragon Dogma 2 director leaving Capcom. Let's go with that. After 30 plus years at the position or in the company. This is Jordan Midler, VGC. So the director of Dragon Dogma 2, as well as other games such as, or was it Devil May Cry 3, 4, 5, Power Stone, Dragon Dogma 1, and producer in other projects, is leaving the company after 30 years, developing a new game in a new environment, they said. What did it say here? I will start developing a new game in a new environment. I hope to create fun, beautiful games that are as memorable as ever, or even more memorable than the ones I've created so far. Please stay tuned for my next creation. This is Hideaki Itsune. I don't know how to say names. But at the end of August, which happened, be leaving Capcom after 30 years and 5 months. So almost an exact 30 years. Thanking for long-term support. So like I said, 3 decades later, creation Dragon Dogma 2 was met with critical acclaim. Everyone loved it. I didn't play it, but I do think it fizzled out. The most vital action RPG since Elden Ring. Dragon's Dogma 2 is one of the best RPGs in the last decade. Capcom's incredible run has reached unfathomable heights with a game that's destined to be beloved by players and revered by developers in turn. This is the VGC review. Again, everyone loved the game. Congrats for being able to have the balls to leave a cushion job to go into the unknown and try to do your own thing. You know, not everyone gets to do that. And it's mostly people that are in these positions that get to do that, which is pretty cool. Moving on. Oh, a follow-up on the voice actor strike. versus the AI stuff. This is a little bit of a positive here, where they've made some headway. There's at least so far one developer who has agreed to their terms, and it was a Tencent company, Lightspeed LA, the first developer to sign up to the union's interim interactive media agreement, which makes numerous promises, including protection for actors who don't want their voice to be used in AI performances. The original article was on GameIndustry.biz. Where is it? Right here. So let's add both of these here. This was Chris Scullion, and then the original article on GameIndustry.biz by James Batchelor. So on here, we've got the Lightspeed LA comment. Yeah, this general studio manager, Steve Martin. Always valued the irreplaceable role of talent, which injects creativity, innovation, and the human touch into video games. Supporting our cast is the right thing to do, and there was never any hesitation to consider the performer protections that anchor this agreement. They want to thank the people who opened negotiations, so on and so forth. The union's Interactive Media Agreement Negotiating Committee Chair, Sarah Elmaleh, I don't know how to say that last name, said this strike has always been as much about the start of work with proper AI protections as it is stopping work without them. Lightspeed LA understands how crucial these protections are to the actors and followed through with an outstanding commitment, not only to this cast but their future cast. They made their genuine appreciation of performers as contributors concrete and impactful. I'm thrilled about this partnership and cannot wait to see that this talented team of developers and performers make it together. So let's see. We've got one. We've got exactly one developer, which is great. The new trailer for Jurassic World is full of AI garbage, correct? I did notice that as well. That's why we're not going to be reporting on that or showing that just because of that. But yeah, we're going to be hard against that kind of baloney out here. It's unfortunate that we only have one. But again, it's a W. You got to take the small W's when they're available. You know what I'm saying? We got one so far. Hopefully we get more. Hopefully we get as many updates on more developers signing on to this as we do about developers laying off workers. You know what I'm saying? Because that's a weekly thing, unfortunately. Speaking of developers laying off workers, where should we go first? Because there's several. Let's go with Nintendo's going under and struggling. Oh my god. Guys, Nintendo's doing so poorly that the Nintendo of Europe president has stepped down after 6 years. Oh my god, somebody save them. Somebody please save Nintendo. They're crumbling. Chris Scullion, VGC. So again, Nintendo of Europe president steps down after 6 years. He's going to be replaced by the CFO. Their name was Luciano Perena, who will serve as the CEO, president and chairman of management board at Nintendo of Europe. So they started at the company in 1993, where they were the marketing director. That's a long time. Nintendo is ending. Sony's got to come save them. Goodbye, Nintendo. But yeah, it's just a little bit of a change in leadership over here. Nothing crazy. It happens all the time in all these big companies. I probably wouldn't have reported on this or like shown this article if it wasn't for some chatting in a couple streams ago. I just thought it would be funny. But everyone, don't panic. It's fine. Nintendo is going to be fine. I just want to throw that one in there. I thought it would be pretty silly. Next on the list for news, we'll start small and go uppies from there. Now we'll talk about Until Dawn. So Until Dawn, the studio Ballistic Moon, the game has not even been released yet. It comes out next month, like a month away. This is Tom Ivan VGC. So now they're announcing that they're going to make significant layoffs. And the reasoning is to secure the future of the studio. Again, the game that they've been working on hasn't even come out yet. The studio was founded in 2020. As the game industry continues to face complex challenges, we at Ballistic Moon are confronted with some difficult realities. There was a statement on LinkedIn that they published. Wild. It is with deep regret and a heavy heart that we must make the tough decision to significantly scale down our team to secure the future of our studio. This comes after our development of Until Dawn for PS5 and PC. So they're working on the remake. And then guess what? Everyone working on it is going to get laid off, which is wild. Saying goodbye to such talented and passionate group of people is incredibly difficult, and we are profoundly sorry for the impact this restructuring will have on our employees and their families. The game comes out October 4th, so almost exactly a month from now the game comes out. Capturing the essence of the game, but new characters. Yeah, so they're re-releasing it. There's also the movie that they're shooting, which only like one person from the actual game is going to be in, allegedly. But guys, guess what? This isn't the only story about this that we're gonna see today, because it has been a lot. Moving on to Rocksteady, that just released Suicide Squad: Kill the Justice League, is also reportedly going to have layoffs. The original article was on, where was it, Eurogamer? Yeah, original Eurogamer article. So this one is Chris Scully and VGC, and this is Eurogamer. This is Tom Phillips, a Eurogamer. So a bunch of, it's mostly QA. Half the QA team has been deemed redundant and it will be laid off. So from 33 down to 15. And this is a live service game that they planned on having be super popular, right? It's down to 15 QA members. One person was on paternity leave when they were deemed redundant, which is nuts. Rocksteady staff who requested to remain anonymous told Eurogamer that the loss of so many roles in the developer security department, including team members with specialized knowledge, would leave their remaining colleagues shouldered with more work. Of course, because why wouldn't it mean more work for everyone else? There also has been acknowledgement by Rocksteady senior management that product quality will now suffer as a result. So they know it's gonna suck. They have so many years or so many seasons of that game planned. I think they're on 3 or 4 now already. They're never even, I don't think they're gonna even finish the story before this game gets unplugged. Staff members affected by the job cuts include numerous junior staff, but also several team members employed at Rocksteady for more than 5 years. Last month, Warner Bros. Reported a 41% fall in gaming revenue year on year. We talked about that due to the weak performance of Suicide Squad, and previously saying it had lost $200 million on the game. Work continues on Suicide Squad's year of post-launch content, though nothing has been said for what, if anything, will come next. What did they expect? Again, there was a tweet that I retweeted the other day where there should be like an "I told you so" clause in all of these game studios, where if this shit like this happens, the people that actually worked on the game, such as QA people and stuff, should be allowed to make a different game that they think would be good, and the heads of studios that made these decisions should be the ones that get sacked, which it never happens. Wild that these people are continuing to do this, but nothing's happening to them. It's so incredibly backwards. Let's go now talk about Ubisoft. Ubisoft shares have dropped to a 10-year low since the release of Star Wars Outlaws, which has been out for a week. Wild stuff. Original article on Reuters. So this one is Chris Scully and VGC, and then the next one is Alban Kacher, I think is the name, on Reuters. This is so tiny. Game developers, Ubisoft slides amid muted reception for Star Wars Outlaws. So again, low reception from players, still critically pretty high, or like mid-high to high. The shares, which closed 5% lower on Monday, were down 2.4% by 11:14 GMT, trading at their lowest level since 2015, adding to their overall 30% drop since the start of the year. 30%. Where's the thing about the cash flow that I saw? After 4 years of negative cash flow amid game cancellations and delays, the family-owned company has been betting on these releases to support the financial recovery. So they assumed this would be a much bigger hit. It wasn't. Muted reception of Star Wars, lower than expected interest for the company's free-to-play game X-Defiant, which there was almost no marketing for X-Defiant, right? It was in early or like beta for like a year. People were playing it for like a year. I was playing it for like months in beta, and there was nothing. And then it just kind of came out and no one cared, which was insane to see. How they just made no like bigger deal about it. It's almost as if they knew. Despite an overall positive reception by critics, Star Wars Outlaws has a generally unfavorable user score, 4.9 out of 5. 4.9 out of 10 on review aggregation website Metacritic as of Tuesday, which is pretty low. Again, I'm only just getting to in it, so we might not have time to play more. We'll see. the game's development budget was at least 30% higher than Assassin's Creed Mirage, which was billed as or promoted as a smaller Assassin's Creed game, I think. Released last year, while data from video game live streaming platform Twitch suggested it was underperforming Assassin's Creed Mirage by 15%. It's surprising more so that this Star Wars game didn't do that good, but again, I haven't played most of it. Where like the last one, Survivor, was very good, but again, it's a completely different type of game here. So we'll see what happens with that, because you know what that usually means. Following up here, the creative director is a little sad about the reviews. He's a little sad. He doesn't like all the sad reviews. This is Tom Ivan VGC with an original article on Games Radar from Jesse Vitelli. Creative director Julian Garrity says players are really connecting with what we did. They said, I'm a little disappointed with the Metacritic, of course. Recognition from press and critics is very important to us, but players are really connecting with what we did. Despite the problems along the way, Garrity says that there's a level of pride, happiness, and sense of accomplishment among the team. Outlaws was in development for roughly 4 years, and the team literally reached for the stars. Even with disappointing Metacritic score, Garrity reflects on parts of the game that bring him joy. Honestly, it's brought me so much joy to see the incredible images being captured and shared, and I think that's proof positive that this is an experience like no other Star Wars experience before, and that it is true, and that lets you step into the world and enjoy some virtual tourism. That is true about this game. It is a lot to look around. It's definitely the most visually appealing open world Star Wars so far. And I've only just been into like the first area. Just that area itself has been like more interesting than most of the areas to just walk around in the Jedi Survivor or Fallen Order. Those maps are obviously seem to be a lot smaller anyway. The last time I just like looked around was probably the Battlefront games, because some of those maps are pretty cool to just walk around in for a little bit. Other than that, it's like KOTOR and stuff. I probably look around more in the Lego Star Wars games than any other ones, honestly. So that's the Star Wars Outlaws update there. Got a couple more to go through. We're gonna hit the big one now. Hey, the game started. We are, like I said, gonna hit the big one now with Concord. A lot of Concord news. I'm gonna have to get rid of some of these tabs here to fit all of the Concord going on. By the way, if everyone wants to check out this link here, feel free. So starting off with sales of Concord, estimated that they may have sold less than 25,000 copies overall so far. Fewer than 100 players are playing the game on Steam at the time of writing, which was 5 days ago. And oh boy, did some news come out since then, which we'll get to. Jordan Midler VGC with the original article from IGN. I'm kind of trying to stay away from IGN in general just because they kind of suck. That's Rebecca Valentine. So, is Concord actually selling that badly? Yes. Just straight yes. The Steam numbers are so bad that even without the exact data on the PS5 side, we can be pretty certain that the game is doing very badly. Other analysts were able to share a bit of insight on the PlayStation side per Circana analyst Matt Piscatella. Circana's player engagement tracker on Monday, August 26th, Concord ranked 147th in the US PS5 daily active players across all titles, with fewer than 0.2% of Monday's active PS5 players playing the game. So it was true. I saw a tweet, I think it was Andy Cortez that tweeted out that like all the hardcore shooters and head clickers are playing like the new Call of Duty and Overwatch and Apex, where if you wanted to like have a fun time like doing a shooter game with not a lot of tryhards, Concord was the place to be. But unfortunately, part of the issue that Concord has had is that it is not a free to play game, which I think they say here, they listed here somewhere. Usually when I reach out to analysts for comment on a piece like this, they largely have similar assessments of the big picture, but can offer differing perspectives of certain details. In this case, Concord, everyone I spoke to agreed on the reasons it had failed. Concord suffered from poor marketing, agreed. And it's not that there wasn't a lot of marketing. There was a decent amount of marketing. But I think this is the game they were pushing for like story cinematics like every week or something like that about all the heroes / characters, which is wild that they wanted to start. They just start right off the bat with that. So it's saying poor marketing, high price point. It's not a free to play game. It's I think $30 or $40, which doesn't matter anymore. Which is $30 or $40 more than most other types of these games. And speaking on that point, and most critically, a lack of differentiation in an oversaturated genre, which is at this point hero shooters. And the fact that we have Deadlock now coming up, which is more of a MOBA, for sure. It's still, at the end of the day, a third-person hero shooter. You got Overwatch free to play. Deadlock, I think, is gonna. I don't remember if Deadlock's gonna have a price point, but right now it's currently it's just a code that you need to be invited to play that game. Apex free, like all these other games are free to play. It's just there was just no way. There was just no way. The follow-up story being that as of today, Concord is completely shut down. On a couple days ago, they announced that everyone was gonna get refunds. The game completely closed. Game completely done. This is Tom Ivan VGC, which is insane to think about. Where Sony's plan for this and in general their live service stuff has been so incredibly like optimistic, and then for this to happen when they sell 25,000 copies across both platforms, PC and PS5, and then now it's being delisted and everyone's getting refunds. This is the official announcement from PlayStation. Let me link this as well. We've been listening closely to your feedback since the launch of Concord on PlayStation 5 and PC, and want to thank everyone who has joined the journey aboard the North Star. Your support and the passionate community that has grown around the game has meant the world to us. However, while many qualities of the experience resonated with players, we also recognize that other aspects of the game and our initial launch didn't land the way we intended. Therefore, at this time, we have decided to take the game offline beginning September 6th, that's today at the time of this stream/recording, and explore options, including those that will better reach our players. So they're trying to say they're not completely done with it, but they're taking it off shelves, right? Everyone's getting refunds. While we determine the best plan ahead, Concord sales will cease immediately, and we will begin to offer a full refund for all gamers who have purchased the game for PS5 and PC. If you purchase the game for PlayStation 5 from the PS Store or PlayStation Direct, a refund will be issued back to your original payment. Customers who purchased from other digital storefronts will also be refunded. More information about refunds from Steam and Epic can be found below. So Steam will have to, I think Steam will send confirmation. Epic Store, same thing. For customers who have purchased a physical copy at retailer locations outside of PlayStation directly, please refer to the refund process of the retailer you purchased it from to obtain your refund. Once refunded, players will no longer have access to the game. And here's the thing in the fine print. There's fine print, guys. Let me zoom in here. Just so you know. Refunds for PlayStation Store and PlayStation Direct purchases may take 30 to 60 days to appear on your bank statement. It might take a month to see, or two, to see your return, which is an insane amount of time. Listen, I hope that it does come back with a bang. Like, I would, like, no one should want to be like, oh, I hope this fails, because then that, you know what that means? It means all the low-level workers lose their jobs. So you would want to hope that this comes back with a bang. Everyone continues to keep working on it. It's a much better game. The vision is there, because right now the vision is not there, and they've gotten wrecked. They took this was the hardest L they've taken in a while. But hey, guys, Sony's fine. It's Nintendo that we have to worry about. Nintendo's the one we have to worry about. This is unheard of. The last time that something like this happened to this scale was Cyberpunk, and that was just like the game wasn't finished. Like, at the end of the day, game's still good, but just not finished. Whereas this, the vision wasn't there. Game not good. Game too expensive. Game oversaturated market. But on the small silver lining, if you can take this as a silver lining, there is that new show, Secret Level, that's planning to be released. So on Amazon Prime. This is Chris calling VGC. The Concord segment will not be taken out. So that's cool. At least they're not going to just completely erase Concord from the internet and stuff. So the video game anthology, which is like taking video game IPs and like doing cool little like CG like cinematics similar to I think like Love, Death and Robots on Netflix, but this is like video games, which looks pretty sick. So Concord's still going to be in it as of now. So as of now, reportedly not remove the Concord episode. So that's good. Silver lining, like I said. Okay, so that's basically it for big news. Let's go on to cool small news real fast and start with the Gamescom Asia lineup. I think this is going to be in October 17th to the 20th. The lineup. What are we planning on seeing there? We're planning on seeing Monster Hunter Wilds. We plan on seeing Dead Rising Deluxe Remaster, Marvel vs. Capcom Fighting Collection, Arcade Classic, Street Fighter 6, the Terry Bogard DLC, and Kitsune Game, Path of Goddess. So we're going to look out for that. Hopefully we see some new stuff, especially for Dead Rising. This is Chris going VGC. Next small news. So far this year, 2024, Astrobot is the top, I think, is it top selling or top rated standalone game so far this year, Astrobot 2024. This is right behind, I think, the Elden Ring DLC that they said. It's also Jordan Midler VGC, which is cool. Everyone so far, I think the embargo on this just lifted like today or yesterday. In the past couple days, the embargo just lifted on this. It might have been today because this, it might have been yesterday because it came out on the 5th. So only Elden Ring expansion hips the new platform to the overall top spot. At the time of writing, this game currently holds a Metacritic score of 94 based on 100 reviews. This makes Astrobot the year's highest rated standalone game. It doesn't better Elden Ring. Oh, they're tied. Okay, so they're tied. Currently holds, or not tied. It's one below it. Below Astrobot, fellow PlayStation 5 includes Final Fantasy 7 Rebirth 92, Animal Well 91, Balatro. I played a little bit of Animal Well at PAX. It was pretty good. Balatro at 90. That tracks. I think Balatro is now on mobile. Another piece of mini news. Balatro is coming to mobile, which is pretty cool. VGC's review of Astrobot called it the best 3D platformer of the decade. Guys, maybe we'll jump into this. I've never played an Astrobot, but I do have a PlayStation. So that's pretty cool. I like that. I like little games like this to do good. A couple more here. Okay, we've got chat picks now. Oh no, we got one more. One more cool non-chat pick. PlayStation 30th anniversary. Exciting. Chris Cullen VGC. Celebrations include Spotify soundtracks and a board game. And also a little teaser possibly. Let me open up this one as well. If you could right click, that'd be great. PlayStation 30th anniversary. Details some of its plans. Starting in October and running until January, the company plans to release digital soundtracks on Spotify for the first time. Hey, Spotify users, you can get God of War, God of War 2, God of War Ghost of Sparta, Twisted Metal, Starhawk, and Unit 13 will be made available on the streaming service and can be bought on numerous digital storefronts. Cool. Twisted Metal, pretty sick soundtrack. God of Wars are always good as well. Sony will also launch a new series of physical products called Shapes of Play, which it says has been crafted by the team behind the design of PlayStation consoles, giving you opportunities to create fun moments with our iconic shapes. Shapes of Play Battle, a board game where you can challenge a friend to line up 4 different shapes in the same color board to win. Interesting. I don't think they've showed more than just these teasers, so we'll see when the actual celebrations start. But a little teaser. Can you see it in the big picture? I don't think so. Maybe you can. And oh, you can see it in the big picture, right? Dead center. You can't see it, but we're going to go to the next story. Remember what we were talking about last week, possible rumors / leaks about the PS5 Pro, where the dude did a little drawing? Well, if you look super closely in the middle between, if you go over here and look between the PlayStation logo and the 3, right in the dead center, if you see on the left over here, there's a little teaser of what does this look like over here in the middle? This gray box. Look at this. Look at this gray box. And then what does that look like? What does that look eerily similar to? Oh, he was right. He was right. Look, he was right. It's got stripes. So that's pretty cool. They did a little teaser in there. So it's rumored that they'll probably announce the PS5 Pro during the celebration. Maybe. We'll see what happens. The next story we're going to talk about is the Destiny mobile game. This is chat picks from Discord. The Destiny mobile game is in fact still in development with NetEase. This is from an insider. A prominent insider and leaker Kurakasis revealed that Bungie, the studio famous for Destiny franchise, has been working on a new mobile game titled Destiny Rising in partnership with the Chinese tech giant NetEase, originally reported by that Game Post in 2022. So this has been rumored to be in the works for a while. According to this, it's still in the works, being developed. Insider corroborates rumored Destiny Rising mobile game announcement soon. So we'll see. Oh, Jeff Grubb. Yeah, Jeff Grubb is talking about it, that's pretty big credibility. Jeff Grubb from Giant Bomb. If you're not following Jeff Grubb on Twitter, do so if you want all the latest and greatest inside knowledge on gaming stuff. This thing is real, Grubb said in a post on Threads. Not a lot of people from Bungie are working on it. It could get announced soon. When asked about the genre and gameplay, Grubb revealed that it could be very different from Destiny 2 with hero characters instead of creating a custom player. It's going to be Destiny on mobile, but with a lot of changes. Hero characters instead of building your own character, for example. That's what he said. So again, it is still technically a rumor, but if Jeff Grubb is talking this much about it, you know, there might be some validity to it. So that's pretty exciting. We'll see what it looks like when it's actually announced. And last but not least, the story we're going to be talking about is Deadlock's little fucking freak that Jen likes to call her. I just think they're pretty cool. I would never purposely call them a little fucking freak. According to the PC Gamer article here, Harvey Randall. Oh, by the way, the previous article was the Game Post. This was by Zuhad Ali. Let me link that. And then PC Gamer Harvey Randall for this one here. Deadlock's best girl is, judging by the fan art, a scrunkly gargoyle with a flat cap and severe back issues who just so happens to be an absolute sweetheart. There also is a lot of fan art and a lot of inappropriate stuff coming out, which is pretty funny. This is just highlighting the internet's current frenzy with this character. It's the most different character, I think, in Deadlock, but it's really fun to play and get to drag people around. I just like how everyone's latching onto what some people call the little fucking freak of Deadlock, which is pretty funny. And that's going to be it for today. That's it. Yeah, just making sure again here that we're through it all. And yes. So again, even with being slightly pickier, there was a lot of news, a lot of layoff news, a lot of unfortunate development news on games, but it is what it is now. So we'll see how this goes in terms of like the industry in general. Again, another week will go by. We'll see another story like this. Who knows what's going to happen. But that's going to be it for today, or for this week's Casual Gaming News. Thank you all for hanging out in the live. Check out the links in the chat. YouTube. Oop, I spelled it wrong. It's got to be with an S. YouTube, Twitter, Discord, TikTok. If you want to suggest any stories, talk about any stories, feel free to jump in to the Discord in the news section. Do it in the comments. Do it in the live chat, even though, you know, I purposefully try to ignore the live chat, but you know, sometimes people say something relatively coherent to the news. But yeah, I'll read it most of the time. I just won't, because it's kind of hard to have a discussion with chat on something like this because there's no like actual talk back. But it's fine. Feel free to throw stuff in comments. It's fine. They'll be read. But that's gonna be it for this week. Thank you again, everyone that hung out, and I'll see you guys next week. Bye.